This is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, it's Bran, and it's Wednesday, October 7th, and I think you should take the day off, baby! Yeah.
Floor needed some cleaning.
Sure did.
And
Hi,
you're
everybody. Welcome to Take the Day Off. It's the daily podcast.
Do the vacuum. Do the vacuum. Do the vacuum.
Hi. My name is Brandon G, and I like to vacuum things, and I like to do the stuff. Hey.
My name is Daniel S, and do you see how that's clean? It's because of me. I vacuum things.
Daniel S.
Daniel S.
Well, with the middles.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Daniel T makes so much more sense. You said Brandon G. I'm so used to saying Daniel S. Thompson. When I sign my name, I don't know what I'm thinking.
Brandon
It's
G.
5 a.m.
Waking up in the morning.
See,
Hi, everybody.
I had this shirt here because I ran shirtless. Have the shirt. I'll take.
Boy, I saw you driving on my scoot this morning.
Yeah.
We were shirtless.
We have found a way to make a 1 minute drive longer.
Oh, boy. We really have. Well, it's just like, sometimes you miss the commute, you miss that drive. Hi.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Congratulations to everybody for making it. This is the daily podcast on the Bramble Jam Podcast Network called Take Your Day Off. It's a simple, mission to encourage you to take the day off, to take a breather, to celebrate today's holiday, because there's one every single day for you to celebrate. And so if today you woke up and you're like not feeling it, we have a reason for you to take that day off. We give you permission, and not just permission, we order you.
Or we demand, we command. It's an imperative. If you're listening and you're going to work, stop listening. I'm just kidding.
It's not take the day off ? It's take the day off !
Boom.
And it's a really good day today to take the day off. And we'll get to that in just a second. But before we do, Dan, you were telling me just the other day about how Bramble Jam Plus has revolutionized your morning routine.
I was thinking the other day how Bramble Jam Plus saved me.
Okay. Could it save cartoons?
It could save cartoons, but it saved me from an extra step in my skincare routine because I don't have any skincare issues. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you're like, Dan, how did you get such a perfect complexion? It's because of Bramble Jam Plus. It was a mess. I was using concealer, if you can believe it, beforehand. Now, Bramble Jam Plus, $5 a month, ad-free, all the podcast, and my face cleared up. It's unbelievable how that works.
I'll say this, Dan. I'm still waiting on that to kick in on my face.
It'll get there.
But we'll see what happens.
Using it twice a day?
No,
Okay,
once a day.
Yeah,
once a day.
Get 2 subscriptions.
2 subscriptions.
Yeah.
Wow. What if I listened to all the shows once? Because I skip some shows.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Why would you do that?
Well,
they're all so great.
Yeah.
There's never a bad episode of a bad show.
But you would admit there are some bad shows, but with good episodes.
I was trying to get around that.
Hey, everybody. It's National Frappe Day.
Hey.
National Frappe Day, everybody.
Frappe Day.
And it's a day that I've been looking forward to my whole life because this boy here loves some frappes, hence why it seems to not be working on my face. 2 minutes sugar drinks. I love Frappe Day, everybody. I love it. I hope you love a frappe just as much as I do. In fact, the other day, one of my favorite frappes is from McDonald's. A mocha frappe from McDonald's.
You're a basic B. No, you are.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That's my Twitter handle. Basic B. I love them. I think they're so good. And I went through the drive-thru yesterday, kind of anticipation for this day. I wanted to try out some different frappes to give my opinion on them, which we'll get to in just a little bit. But I gave the person my monies, and they said, thank you so much, swiped the card, etc. I gave it back, and they said, before I give you this, Dan knows about Frappe Day.
Before I give you
your card back.
Okay.
Before I give you your card back, Dan knows.
So the card is in the hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Dan knows about Frappe Day.
That's true. I do.
And I said, okay, I'll ask him about it. And I don't know how you keep doing this. I don't know how you keep getting into my life, telling people stuff.
That's more of a mystery than how I know about all these days, I think.
Well, yes. Yeah. And so would you like to share about Frappe Day, please?
Andy Gurkis. Andy Gurkis.
Gurkis?
Gurkis.
Gurkis.
You know
Gurk.
Gurkis.
Oh, I know the Gurk.
Now, Gurkis was an opening scat artist in the 1930s for any big-name Chicago music
You want to know what is crazy? This is not the first day to involve a scat artist.
Isn't it? Is it not?
It is not.
We're already there, huh?
Yeah.
And when I say scat, like it was a more clean. It
was a cleaner scat.
Yeah, it wasn't like a yodel or just a nonsense. But his famous scat was called Hot Coffee. And most every night at the Parliament in Chicago, when he would open up for the bigger comedians and names, he would get 10 minutes. He would get a tight 10, and he would close with hot coffee.
I'm very interested to see how the guy who created the scat hot coffee.
Just wait. Well, one night in 1938, old Gurk is up there giving it his best hot coffee. And somebody stands up and goes, "No! No!
Okay.
No!" And he freezes in his tracks.
Oh, boy, I would.
And he's like, why is this guy so upset? And it literally changed Andy Gurkis' life forever.
I bet.
He was in his dressing room and he couldn't get past it. He didn't psychologically.
Do we know why?
He just
not him. Do we know why the guy was yelling no?
We don't. But the trauma that Gurkis experienced.
Man, that's the piece of this history that we don't know.
And he's like, I'm never going to be able to perform hot coffee ever again. And so you know what he did?
What did he do?
He put some ice in his hot coffee. He put that hot coffee in a blender at the bar.
Right.
He said, blend that up. Blend it up. And they blended it up. And he loved it.
Yeah.
So he started singing Frappe Coffee. He started singing Frappe Coffee to close. He never got yelled at again. And that's the history of
Can I ask you just a
National
couple quick follow-ups on that?
Please.
So he took his hot coffee. He said, blend it up. They put some ice in there. And then he said, Frappe. Where'd that word come from? Frappe.
It was an acronym. Frappe was an acronym.
Tell me more.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The acronym stands for real anti-police. And I don't want to get into that part of Andy Gurkis' life.
What year was this?
1938.
Sheesh.
But
Ahead of his time.
He was anti-police and wanted to name the new beverage after that. So when you drink a Frappe today, what you're really drinking to is anti-police.
I don't know. I should have just let it be.
I tried to keep it quiet.
It's Frappe Day, everybody. That's as good a story as anybody. Listen, I will tell you this. The necessity is the mother of invention. That's what my good dog always used to say.
No.
Yes.
No.
The need for the caffeine was the motivation behind.
Wasn't Coffee Day like last week?
Yes.
We already have Frappe Day.
Was the motivation behind.
This podcast is jumping the shark.
Dimitri Vankodios.
Yeah, that was
shaking up the first Frappe at the 1957 Thessalonica International Fair over there in Thessalonica, Greece.
Yeah.
Was it first? You think it was the first Thessalonian?
I think it was definitely the first.
And so he was actually representing the Swiss-owned Nestle Food Company. Representing the Swiss-owned Nestle Food Company at the annual international exhibit where Nestle was introducing a new instant chocolate beverage made with milk shaken with a shaker. And he could not find hot water to make the usual Nestle's instant coffee, during his break. And so he improvised by mixing the Nestle Cafe with cold water and ice in one of the shakers, and voila! The result was a satisfying and refreshingly foamy cold beverage that became the first Greek cafe Frappe. And from there, it just spread and it spread and it spread. And today, popular American versions of the Frappe contains milk, cream, and even ice cream blended with coffee. With the authentic Greek frappe contains no milk products, but we as Americans
we
try
milk
to
it up.
fatten that up a little bit.
For sure.
And so that's where the frappe came from, but I'm sure that
Andy Gurkis.
It was not too far behind. Dan, what are your opinions on the frappe? You know mine. I love a frappe.
I've got a hot take about frappes, but I think we should take a hot break first.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Let's take a break.
That's what we call a tease.
Yes, we asked you yesterday about the best frozen coffee drink. Doesn't have to be a frappe. We asked about the best frozen coffee drink. We're going to get to that in just a second. But before we do, let's take a quick break here on Take the Day Off.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back, everybody, to Take the Day Off Daily Show. We're telling you to take that day off today. The reason you should take the day off is it's National Frappe Day.
National Frappe Day.
For real anti-police. Is that correct?
That's what Andy Gurkis said.
I think we can shake it up a little bit. Just like a frappe. Listen, man, it's history. I don't know.
You brought it back, which is great.
Well, I don't know you want from miss.
I would tell you, like on the level, I'm not a huge sweet frozen drink guy.
On the level, you're telling me.
Like a caramel frappe at Starbucks isn't bad. The only frozen coffee drink that I've had that I would go out of my way for, and I would pay $20 for this.
Okay.
And you're going to be with me on this. There is a town in Costa Rica. And in that town, I don't know which town it is. I don't remember.
Well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just outside.
It's close to Cot.
Is it close to? I thought it was in the other. It's close to Cot. Is it on the way?
It's on the way to Cot. It's in between.
Cot de Cartago. Is it in
Yes.
Cartago?
Yes.
Which
I
is the
believe so.
province.
Yes.
There's a restaurant in that town. I don't know the name of the restaurant. And
Just try to find it.
This is not a bit. Because Brandon and I
Here's what you do. You go to Costa Rica, you ask for Carlos. You find Carlos
That's
and
right.
you say, Carlos,
I need a frozen cappuccino.
Take me to the frozen cappuccino.
And he will take you to the best frozen coffee drink on the planet.
And Carlos will do this to you. He'll say, frozen cappuccino?
We're not doing a bit. That's
what Carlos will do. Every time he talks about the frozen cappuccino, he'll say, frozen cappuccino?
And it's that good. He will not steer you wrong.
I love Carlos.
How many of those do we try to consume?
Oh my gosh.
So many. Every time we could. Like, hey, can we get frozen coffee?
Can we tell everybody?
No. We got questions that we're not doing that right now. We got questions that
we left children.
No.
To go get a frozen beverage.
We didn't leave them completely unattended. I want to be clear.
Well, might as well. It's time for the best frozen coffee drink is what we asked you yesterday. Dan, you're not a huge fan unless it's a frozen cappuccino from Costa Rica. I'll take a frozen coffee drink any day of the week. I actually, especially during most of the year, I drink my coffee cold. I like a cold brew, etc. And so give me a frozen one all day long. Dan, what are some of the people saying, huh?
Aaron Shea, so help me. She says this, I make my own Starbucks pumpkin cream cold brew, and that is my favorite. I need you can't ship it to us because it won't stay cold. A video or something with instructions would be nice, because if I can make that at home, what am I doing going to Starbucks for it? But she also says frozen coffee, Dunkin's coffee Coolada is her answer. Sure. I'm not a frozen fan. I've never had that.
Like most things at Dunkin'.
Too sweet?
So sweet.
Well, if your pumpkin cream cold brew is sweeter than Starbucks, then I'm now out on that.
But I'm
as
intrigued, Darren. I'm intrigued. Hey,
Yes.
Julie says this. There was a coffee shop at my college, William and Mary represent, called The Daily Grind, which is just a
classic
great. It's
coffee name.
great.
Yeah.
And they had a great mocha frappe that went great with chocolate chip scones. I wish that I could have one right now. Well, Julie, I would encourage you. I don't know where you live.
Look out your front door because they're there.
No, I'd encourage you to go back to that. It's a perfect day to go back to the Daily Grind. Take the day off. Do a little road trip. I don't know how close you are to William and Mary.
Take out the Daily Grind. Go to the Daily Grind.
That's exactly right.
What you
That's
need to
exactly
do.
right.
Megan says, is Coke Zero a frozen coffee drink? Feel that. Because I don't drink coffee most days. I just drink the Coke. Diet Coke or Coke Zero. Both work.
This is a good one. Paige, there is a coffee shop in Seattle named The Biscuit B ! C
No, she's saying it's the biscuit bad word.
But I think maybe they do it like that.
No, I think it's actually
think so?
called the thing.
Let's see. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up right now. Horrible name, Yummy Drink. So if you are in Seattle, go ahead and go to that Basic B. The Biscuit Bee, I'm sorry. They call me the Basic Bee.
Yeah, it's Biscuit Bee's a real place.
Oh, okay. So full name. That was nice of her to.
It was nice. It's a family show. Michelle says Panera Bread makes a caramel frozen coffee with a cold brew base, and it's amazing. And I'm not intrigued by that turn of events. That sounds like it's right up your alley as well.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. So yeah, lots of Starbucks, Frappes. I think, I don't know the history of coffee and how it all spread and how things are popular, but I think that Starbucks really revolutionized the goofy drinks like the frappes and stuff. And they do it really well. They do really well.
So Becca just says Olaf, and I don't. Are you
I'm
what?
Sure he does.
Okay.
One place I haven't been able to go, Rena, you keep rubbing it in, is Serendipity's in New York. They have this frozen hot chocolate. Every time I have tried to go to Serendipity, the line is just down the street, out the door, down the street, and I just don't have it in me to waste a day in New York.
Take the day off, though. That would be the day. If we were in New York today, that would be the day to do it.
Serendipity frozen hot chocolate. People go nuts about it.
They go nuts.
You can get it shipped now?
What?
What does that mean?
Yeah, how are they going to ship it? Is it just like for a dry ice situation?
Well, maybe you got to make it at home. I don't know. I'm very intrigued by that. I'm going to Google that right now. I'm going to go ahead and take that day off. Hey, everybody, we did it. Congratulations. Happy Frappe Day. Hope you take that day off and go get yourself, try the different frappes
Easier for you to say.
In the city around you. Here's a question for tomorrow, Dan.
Okay.
Do you consider yourself more fluff or more nut?
I don't know if I want to answer
Explain. Do you define yourself as more fluff or more nuts?
I don't want to know about this day.
We're going to leave it up to you guys, and we're going to get to that tomorrow. But before we do, we're going to take today off. We're going to leave you with the Pala Haku. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning with different shirts on, probably. Until then, take the day off.
Without fail. It's just frozen.
It's frozen.
We'll fade the music on in, and maybe tomorrow they'll get a Pala Haku. Rain on my face. Hasn't stopped raining for days. My world is a flood. Wow, that's a real haiku.
You did raining.
Rain on my face. Hasn't stopped.
Hasn't?
Rain.
I thought it was words.
No, it's syllables.
It's words.
It's syllables.
It's words.
It's definitely syllables.
That's syllables.
Yeah, it's syllables. You could do like anti-disestablishmentarianism is just one word in a haiku. No, it's syllables. That's the first three lines from Jars of Clay Flood is a haiku.
Wow.
Rain on my face. Hasn't stopped raining for days. My world is a flood. They're geniuses.
Slowly, though. I'm becoming one with the mud.
And if I can't swim after 40 days,